We began our show talking about autism and where to receive help here in Central Ohio, but there's always more to discuss when it comes to helping your children. And joining me today to talk about the difficulty of transitioning as an adult with autism, Barb Yavorcik, who was with Autism Society of America, Ohio Chapter, who also has a son with autism, Michael, and Marie Crawford, who has a son, Patrick, with autism, both of Columbus. You're from Toledo, you're from Columbus. It's a pleasure to have both of you here.
Thanks for having us.
And Barb, let me start with you, since you're the president of ASA-Ohio. The transitioning part, which means going from a student at 18 to the next level, is what is really now everyone's concerned about, because there's no, or there are few services to offer.
Well, school is an entitlement. Everyone is entitled to receive a free and appropriate public education, but adult services are eligibility and not necessarily an entitlement. So there are waiting lists for services, and it can be hard to find services outside of school. School starts, you have a social network, your academics, and as an adult, once you're out, those social networks tend to be fewer and far between, so social opportunities can be very difficult as well.
And since, as Marie, you know, that's a big part of a child with autism, is assimilating them into society and learning how to react or act with others.
Right, and part of the problem is, depending on where the kid is level-wise, like her son's a little higher functioning than my son, so we have to actually make the arrangements for people to be a part of his life, because he doesn't reach out to them.
No.
So, I mean, he does, but he doesn't verbally reach out. So, again, it's a whole...
It's a whole gamut. And Barb, now, Michael is 20?
20. He'll be 21 in August. When talking about social and different social opportunities, one of the things that has worked well for him is Facebook, because he doesn't have to have conversations.
It's amazing.
He can sit for 15 or 20 minutes and talk on Facebook. So.
We're going to show some video of Michael. He wanted to be on Aunt Gail's daytime show, so here's Michael Yavorcik.
Hi, I'm Michael Yavorcik. I am a bagger at Kroger grocery store. I bag groceries, collect carts from the parking lot, help people out to their car, and get good tips. I enjoy the people I work with. I've worked at Kroger's for 3.5 years.
Oh, and what else did you like to do in your spare time?
My spare time, I like to go work out, play the drums, and do Facebook.
Oh, Barb, he's gotten so grown up. I still can't believe it every time I see him. But there he talks about the tips. I'm sure you taught him that. He is able to hold down a job, even a part-time job at Kroger.
Right, and we had help through rehab services, or BVR, Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation Services, to provide a job coach to help him learn the skills he needed for that particular job. And then once he learned the skills, they faded back. He will still need some help, you know, moving up the food chain as far as getting maybe perhaps a better job. We'll need to reconnect with BVR. But so far, he is able to work independently, and that's been great.
That's great. Now, Marie, a little different story. We're going to show some before and afters of your son, Patrick. As Patrick's developed over the years, too, as a younger child, and the things that you had to deal with and how far you've come.
One of the things you can see here is, well, this is when he's really little. And he liked to jump on my furniture an awful lot. And still does like to jump, but he's 6'4", 270 now.
Wow, a big boy.
So you can see here, one of the things we're working on is with speech and OT so that he can hold a job. And these are the supports he's going to need when he does get a job, because he is going to get a job.
Is that going to be possible, do you think, Marie? As you say, he's not as high functioning as Michael?
Well, you see, he knows how to sweep, so I think he can work anywhere, sweeping anywhere. I'm just being funny about that. But I think that there are a lot of good jobs for kids like him that people don't necessarily want to do, regular folks. And one of the things I know that would be really helpful to him is heavy lifting. It helps give him input back into his body, which is what he needs. Sometimes, because he has a lot of sensory issues. But as long as he is told what to do, kind of like, here's the way we're going to do it, steps, and somebody's there, and then he's doing it, he can do it all day long.
So, Barb, as we go forward with this, like Marie or Michael, working with employers, people who would hire these folks is becoming very important.
Absolutely, and making sure that they understand that they're valued employees. One of the reasons that they like Michael so well is because he has some of those wonderful autistic tendencies. He's never late. He wears his pants where he's supposed to. He doesn't sneak off and talk on his cell phone.
They are rule followers.
They're very much big rule followers, and there are really great opportunities where that can be put to an advantage. And so we need to sell employers on that these folks can be great employees. And once they're employees, then they're tax-paying, contributing citizens, which then provides them with a social network as well. So there's all kinds of advantages to getting these folks into the workplace. Unfortunately, right now they're one of the most and underemployed groups. So we need to work for incentives for folks to hire them and give them training.
Which is why you're both here, fighting for that. And hopefully, if there are some employers out there watching, that will think about Of the Patricks of the world and the Michaels.
Right, and I have an older son that's doing a BVR thing right now, and he's at Greenleaf, which is, they're employing him through Lifetime Fitness. And those ladies love him so far. He's been doing it for 3 days. It's part-time. So.
Well, Maria, I want to let everybody know that's tonight at 7 tonight, the Autism Special.